I just wanted to give you a little rundown. I've been kind of under the weather lately, not sick or anything like that with the virus, just wore out, and so I haven't been doing a whole lot. But and I've also been waiting on parts. They've been coming in the mail slowly but surely for my air compressor. I got the new gauge that goes up to 200 psi. I got the new blow-off valve for 200 psi. I got the new motor, or the compressor head, which goes up to 180, and it's preset. And I got a new switch that's preset to 145, 170. So it's all preset and on. I still need to get one more pulley because my air compressor motor has a serpentine belt, and the pulley that came with the pump head is a V-belt. So I've tried already to get a belt or a pulley for the air compressor. Cannot find one anywhere that's serpentine that will fit on that, because it's not the same inside the pulley head. When you pop the pulley off of the pump, the inside is up to 1 inch, and the outside is like 5/8 shaft. So it goes from like 1 inch to 5/8. It's larger towards the inside and smaller towards the outside. And it doesn't have a key or anything like that. It's pressed on. So I pulled the old one off, and I got another, and I didn't heat it up before I tried to pull it off, and the puller actually cracked the pulley, and so I had to replace the pulley completely, and that was a real pain in the butt. I could not find one anywhere that was the same size. I got it so that it fits on the shaft the same size, but the pulley itself, instead of having a 10-inch pulley, now I have a 9-inch pulley. Excuse me. And so that's on there. I got it all bolted in and down and everything. What I need to do tomorrow now is go and get another pulley, a belt, and one more fitting. Because that compressor head, unlike my old compressor head that has a thrown rod in it, it has 2 ports on the top of it. One port is for the main outlet that comes out and fills the tank and goes directly into the tank, and the small port goes into the pressure switch. And the pressure switch, there's not a port on that head anywhere for a pressure switch. So what I have to do is get a T and put onto the head so that I can hook up the pressure switch off the main line. I guess there's no other way to do it. So anyways, that's where I'm at with that. So tomorrow that's supposed to be taken care of another pulley, small pulley, like about a 2-inch pulley. It's a V-belt. I got to go pick one of those up at the local store and get a fitting and a belt for that. And then the air compressor should be good to go, and the day after tomorrow I should be back up and running and sandblasting way better than I ever was before. Because I had my old one turned up way higher, and I had the switch maxed, and it kept popping my blow-off valve at like 140 or so, because I had it turned up to 100, 130, and you turned the switch to turn them both up at the same time. I only had half a turn left. Turned it up, and it blew the blow-off valve. So I had to turn it back down, and I just tore it all off of there at that point, because I got my new compressor head in and almost all the parts. I just got to go pick up 3 parts tomorrow: belt, a fitting, and another little V-belt pulley. So that's where I'm sitting at right now with that. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a video. It's not much. It's me talking about my screen, how I filter the sand before I put it inside the 90-pound bucket for the sandblaster. There's a little bit of sandblasting. Just be a quick video, won't be too much at all. And that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. but we should be back at it here in a couple of days. Howdy folks, just giving a little update here. I'll flip this around. I got down to there so far, and I've been running one 90-pound tank of sand per day. In my sandblaster, it's a 90-pound tank. At least that's what it says. And 3 days of sandblasting, I've got to there on the side, down to that mount. My compressor is bad. It's got a 3.5 horsepower Century 21 electric motor on it, but the single piston pump head is going bad. It's got a rod knocking in it. And I got it set to 130. And so I got this front piece mostly done right here, and on to, only to here so far. And that's 3 90-pound tanks. The compressor just isn't working out very well. I got a new pump head coming in the mail, a nice one that goes up to 180 psi. And so I'm just waiting on that to get here. Until then, I'm still running the tank a day through it, 1 tank a day. The garage is a mess right now. The Fordici here, we're taking the 5.5 fuel injected motor, or 5.4 fuel injected motor and trans out. And we're gonna make this really simple because we're having a horrible time trying to get this thing to start and run. And I just can't seem to figure out the wiring. So what we did is we went up to the salvage yard and pulled out an old school 460, another one with trans, out of a 79 F350 Custom Deluxe. And she's a beast. Probably can't see much. There we go. And it's got to get a carb on it. Got a racing distributor, a flamethrower Petronics for it already. You know, it's gonna take a little bit to get her ready, but it'll be nice when it's done. It makes it a lot more simple for that truck right there. Let me give you an update on the heads and stuff. Yeah, I just haven't had the energy these days to really do anything. But I did get the block stripped down. These are all the parts that came off that engine. Crank is sitting here. Crank's in real good condition. There's no scores or anything. Some light lining in the bearings, had some copper showing on it, but it's nothing that needs to be worried about or turned or anything. So crank's in real good shape. And the block, it's upside down right now, but all the cylinders, they're completely glazed, so they're gonna have to be honed. And so I'll get the cylinders honed, get this block sandblasted and painted, and should be looking pretty when it's done. The flywheel's glazed as well, I found out. So I got to get the flywheel turned. It's completely glazed. There's no cross hatching. It's smooth as a baby's butt, and it's got lip, so it's a little war. So I got to get this flywheel turned, and if they can't turn it, then I'm gonna go ahead and get a different flywheel. This flywheel's super heavy anyway, so if I can use it, I will. If not, then I'll get a different one. And the head, I already got all the valves pulled. You can see by looking at the lining here, looks like the intake was seating good. It's all silver, and the exhaust is not. It's corroded all the way around it. And so I don't think the exhausts were seating. Plus I had a really hard time getting two of the lifters out. One of them was really bad out of the block. Let me see, I'm not sure where I even put the lifters. There's my valves, and you can see the difference between an exhaust and intake valve here. Let me put these up. See how shiny the lip is where it's seating? And this is an exhaust valve that has all carbon all the way around it. So that tells me right there it wasn't seating as well. Now whether that's the springs that aren't strong enough to pull them up or it's the lifters. Let me see. I think I threw the lifters over here. Yeah, there was a couple lifters that are really ugly looking. I mean, you know, and I had to use a pair of giant channel locks in order to get one of these lifters out, twisting back and forth and pulling, and it took like a couple of minutes. Did not want to come out of there at all. It was stuck in there. I mean, it was going up and down, but it was just stuck. And yeah, you can't even really see in there at all. But I wish I could. I wish I had a light right now with me to show you inside. But yeah, these are good. This is the exhaust side. There is 1, 2, 3 broke off exhaust bolts that are going to have to be drilled and tapped. Plugs are going to be going to E3s. Everything that I've seen, every video I've watched, and in comparison and stuff, they have a better, cleaner spark, more reliable. So I'll definitely be switching to E3 plugs. And I think that's where we're sitting at right now. I'm about to load up another thing of sand out of a desert here and filter it through my screen into my sand tank, and run one more thing of sand through it. That's where we're sitting right now, waiting on the air compressor pump to come in and get that done, and hopefully be able to do a lot better sandblasting job a lot quicker. But in the meantime, I'm just going to try to keep busy and keep kicking at it, you know. So that's where we're at now. I just wanted to show you how I clean the sand before I put it in there. I got this screen here. I got these nailed or stapled to each side of these boards, and I got a large hole screen on top. Well, not really large, maybe like 1/4-inch holes. Then I got a fine mesh screen underneath, and all I do is lay it over top of my bucket here and put sand in it like this. Scrape it all in there, and then I shake it around back and forth, and whatever's left, like them little things, I just go like this and they fall out. Just kind of shake it, and they fall out from in between the two screens. Big stuff stays on top, little stuff comes out in between, and that's how I filter the sand. And so I get nothing but really good sand. And that's what I've been using for sandblasting. That's what we did the Fordici with, and that's what we're doing with Frankenstein now. But I just want to show you how I did that.